Hello, and welcome to the ProQuest Statistical Datasets training series. In this session, you'll learn about the content and functionality of ProQuest Statistical Datasets. You can find the content that you are looking for in the indicator bar. Choose from the categories in the news, key economic indicators, browse by subject, and browse by source. If you're not sure where your information might be found, use the search box in the top right-hand corner. For this session, type in unemployment and see what kind of indicators come up. After you click on the search button, a search window will open up that lists all of the different indicators for unemployment. For this example, use seasonally adjusted unemployment rate. To select the indicator in which you are most interested, click on the link and close the subject box. A chart showing seasonally adjusted unemployment rate appears. Suppose you would like to see what the unemployment rate is for the United States from about the year 2000 onward. Move your cursor to the desired starting point on the graph. Simply click and drag your cursor over a time frame, and when you release it, it will show you the time frame or the trend for that particular data. Notice in the criteria panel, under Type, you can select State. At the top of the list of states, you'll see a little magnifying glass in the corner to help you quickly find a single state. We'll use South Carolina. So start typing South Carolina and the product finds it for you. Now click on South Carolina and you'll notice that your visual and tabular data in the results panel below have changed. To compare South Carolina to New York, just go to the box again. Scroll up and control-click on New York. You now will have New York and South Carolina compared in your trend data, both in graphic and tabular form. If you want to map the data for unemployment rates, click on the Map button, and you will have the geographical data for that particular data set. It will appear as a visual map with the tabular data as well. You can also rank that data. In this case, it will rank the data for all 50 states and Washington, D.C. Use the slide bar below the graph to look at all 50 states and Washington, D.C. Now we'll demonstrate how to use the black menu bar in the middle of the screen to customize your results. Notice that when you click Graph, Trend, Map, and Ranking are listed in the drop-down menu. Right now, we have a line chart, so you can change that to an area chart by clicking Graph, then Trend, and selecting Area Chart, and you'll get a line chart that looks like one you'd see in the Wall Street Journal. You can also look at a bar chart or a stacked bar chart if you have the data that can be represented that way. We have already looked at all 50 states and Washington, D.C. in our map in 8 colors. Let's change that to 2 colors. You now see all the states represented in red and yellow only. Red for those over 9% and yellow for those under 9%. If you want, you can change options to see all of the states, including Hawaii and Alaska. In this session, we have viewed ranking using a simple bar chart, but you can go back under Graph and select Ranking and make some small changes. You can switch, for example, to a cylinder bar chart. It is sometimes more informative and better matched to your overall PowerPoint presentation to change vertical to horizontal, so you can go under Options and change that as well. Also under Options, you can customize your chart by changing the colors in the background. We'll change it to pink, which helps differentiate the top-ranking unemployment rates. Use the drop-down menu under Layout to change the results panel to List Only or Graph Only. Right now, it is on the default setting. Changing to List Only is very helpful when you have multiple data sets selected. Changing it to Graph Only allows you to see, for example, all 50 states and Washington, D.C. at one time. You also have the ability to show or hide your legend by selecting or deselecting it. What if you are only interested in the top 5 states with the highest unemployment rate? You could add a row filter by going under Layout and selecting Show Row Filter. Then you are going to change that to the top 5. And now you have the top 5 of Nevada, California, Florida, Michigan, and Rhode Island. You also have the top 5 listed in your tabular data. To expand your list, click Escape, and now you are back to all 50 states and Washington, D.C. Your 2 choices for calculating are the easy-to-use calculator tool and statistical analysis, which will be discussed in another session. Citations can be found on this tab under the Citations menu or by clicking the I button and selecting the Citations tab. To view a different format, just go to the drop-down menu. You have a number of output options, including exporting as an Excel file, saving as a PDF, SAS, XML, or RefWorks, as well as printing the file. The Reset button will allow you to close everything you have open and reset the indicator tree. That concludes this session of the content and functionality of statistical datasets. To learn more about how you can significantly optimize your search capabilities with the incredible range and power of ProQuest, please consult the other videos in this training series.